Well, good afternoon and welcome. There's things popping up everywhere. Hi, everybody. I am Lene and Velasquez, and the name of my business is Growth Junkie Coaching. And welcome to anybody who doesn't know me, and hello to people who do know me. And if you know me, you know that I have to explain it, I am going through a oral surgeon mouth expansion, and they had to open and separate the roof of my mouth for some things that need to be done. So I now have this very large gap, and I lisp a lot, and it'll stay like this for a few months until the bone grows back. So just bear with me if you're like, what's going on? Or if you can't understand me, I apologize. So, welcome to day one of 15 days of gratitude, conscious gratitude, which was something different. And hold on one second. I just want to make sure that I'm popping up somewhere. Hmm. Let's see, it's supposed to be streaming because I really don't want to just keep talking if I'm not in that group. Hold on. Start live video. Oh, I am there. Okay, we're in. I'm somewhere. So we love that. So we'll just keep on talking. So, welcome to day one of 15 of conscious gratitude. And what is that? And what is that going to look like? And I'm excited for those of you who are going to play with me and experience that and explore. Um, I'm a, I'm kind of an undefined coach. I look at the energy beyond the words. I look at energy. We are energy. Everything is energy. So, mindset, energy, coach, facilitator, something like that. So that's what we're going to do is look at the energy of what gratitude is, and be more of that. And yes, we are grateful for things, but what is the energy of gratitude? So, what this looks like for the next 15 days, I'm going to show up to the best of my ability at 12 o'clock. And there is a challenge attached to this. If you participate, Jean's all double dose of Lene. Yay! How does it get any better than that? Well, I'm glad to be here. The challenge part of this is if you choose to play, it looks like participating in the comments for whatever it is that I post. There will be a posting of things and then you answer questions, okay? And if you play for 15 days, I'm going to pull together two hour calls so you can participate either time, and I'll do some clearings and coaching and facilitation. You bring the stuff and we'll clear it, and you get to experience a little bit more of me. So, consciousness. Conscious gratitude. Conscious gratitude. I'm going to steal something that I just heard from Ingrid about 2 hours ago. I just ran a client's bars, and we were talking about this upcoming whatever it is that I'm doing. When I put things out there, I go with the energy of it. Something pops up into my head, and I'm like, I want to create that. I'm not even sure what that looks like. And I run with the energy and the consciousness of what that can create. So I come to things that I teach and courses and a lot of that stuff of like, what is this? What can we do with it? How much more is possible? What can we expand with it? So I'm going to take this from Ingrid because I loved how she explained consciousness. Um, I use a lot of tools from Access Consciousness. I've been in transformational work, mindset work personally for over 31 years, and been self employed for 40 years. So that's a little bit about me. You can read more about me on my website. But here's how she described consciousness. And it actually applies to what we're going to look at when we're asking the questions of what we're grateful for and then being the energy of gratitude. Consciousness and I apologize and get my mouth ready. Consciousness is the capacity to see it all. So I love the way that she put it. Consciousness is the capacity to see it all. So every day and everything we're doing, in that consciousness of what we're grateful for in the moment, not just writing the list, but in that moment of acknowledgement of consciousness. And so consciousness, the capacity to see it all. And again, I'm reading it from what she said this morning. And she put it together like this. Consciousness, if you're not familiar like with that terminology or like what that means, it really, I love the way she broke it down. Let me just put it this way. Is a capacity to see it all. The one thing I would add to that is that consciousness is a choice. Everything is a choice, right? But to choose consciousness, you have to actually choose it. You have to be like this space of like, I'm actually going to be aware and I'm actually going to be conscious. So she talked about it in this cool way. She goes, it's like walking into a room and all the lights are off. Now, you could find yourself to the other end of the room, possibly, but it wouldn't be very easy. It'd be very clunky. There'd be a lot of things in the way. You probably hurt yourself and you probably blame things and all these whatever comes up. I'm making it up. Or you turn on the lights before you walk in. And that opens up what we're looking at with consciousness. It's like that simple, on or off, on or off. And the more that you choose consciousness to be aware, the more consciousness isn't always easy, and a lot of people don't choose it, because when we're conscious of something, we're conscious of something, and we either get to choose to change it or we choose not to change it, but then acknowledge that we're not changing it. And everything that was. I just got off a call with a client. She was actually in India, and just about very conscious woman, but coming to the point of like having gratitude for her. That's kind of what we're going to look at, is like all the places that we don't have gratitude for ourselves. And if we're not choosing gratitude for ourselves and acknowledging that and being conscious of it, how can we receive more with ease? But her thing was today, this morning, was even though she was choosing not to choose anything and was conscious of not choosing anything to change anything, but to be in the gratitude of the brilliance of that, of being conscious of it, but not choosing it, but acknowledging that, she didn't have to go into the wrongness of her and beat herself up and find all these things that were wrong and not to be grateful. To be grateful consciously in that moment for her was this awareness of like, oh, cool, this is what I'm creating. And I'm creating it without any judgment. So these calls that I'm going to do, I'm going to try and keep them like, I don't know. If you know me, it's hard for me to keep it short. But let's just open this up with that conversation I just had. And I will be posting something and you can answer. So you so you just like, Jean, you're on. You count for day one. You're in. And then I would love for you to participate with your answers, because you may not really know this, or you're not conscious of it, or you are. When you put a comment in on something, it is a contribution to everybody. And that's how this thing works. Gratitude is contribution of giving and receiving and being the energy of that. And I have very spastic hands, so I apologize for that. So what are you grateful for? We're just going to open up the energy of that. Like, what are you grateful for? And we're here to explore and discover more gratitude. More gratitude, you be. Okay, so this is a little bit of a twist. It's like the gratitude, you be. You be. Okay? We're going to talk about the potency of gratitude. Okay? And that will kind of open up over the next 15 days. Like, have you ever acknowledged and been conscious that gratitude has a tremendous amount of energetic, if you want to call it that, has potency to it. It creates. It's the greatest energetic creator is gratitude. And I'll leave you with this is kind of like the aha for today is limitation and judgment cannot exist simultaneously with gratitude. I couldn't spit that out. Hold on, let's try that again. Limitation and judgment cannot exist simultaneously with gratitude. So let me say that again, just to make sure you get it. Limitation, so wherever you're limiting receiving you, or wherever you're limiting being conscious, and being conscious of turning the lights on, because you don't really want to see what's going on, or you turn the lights on, you go, wow, that is so cool, I'm so grateful for that. Limitation and judgment cannot exist together with gratitude. So there's a lot in that sentence right there. So we're going to kind of dissect that of like, if you have limitation and judgment in your world, and let's like just for right now, I don't know, let's bring it inward for you, like for today, because our bodies are all part of this. If you have limitations on your body and your space and what you believe in and your points of view and your beliefs and your boundaries, and you have judgment of you and your body, that opens up a whole nother can of worms, okay? But let's just be in that space of like, oh yeah, cool. I do have that. I do have limitation and I do have judgment. Can I actually be the energy of gratitude when I'm running at those other two things? So with that, you go, okay, cool. What would it be like to have less limitations? And what would it be like to have less judgment of me and others so that I can exist more, be more in gratitude, the energy of gratitude. So that's it. And Jean is edifying me. That was a word I really didn't understand for a very long time ago back in business, but I do get it today, and I actually like it, and I actually receive it. That's a big thing. How many places are you completely incapable or not even conscious that you cut off a compliment or someone who is edifying you? I've had to do years of work on actually receiving that. So Jean says, I'm grateful for your contribution to my life and in the past year. Thank you. I received that. And Jean, we're having like this session here. Jean, I also am very, very grateful. Like you've been such part of the Phenomenal Woman community. You've been part of my unbelievable expansion with Growth Junkie Coaching. Like you're always there. Your energy is always there contributing to everybody in the group who's growing. So energetically, I'm so conscious. This may sound so like weird what I'm saying for somebody, but it's like in the moment, consciously being so grateful for your energetic presence so much in my world. And even though it's on Facebook, we're still present with each other. We're still present. So thank you. I appreciate you. Alrighty, so that's it for call day number 1. And replay if you watched it. And I'm going to have you guys kind of track yourself for 15 days. You have 15 days to complete all the videos live with me. And then I'll post something that you can comment on as well. Alrighty, what grand and glorious day can you choose today? And what energy, space, and consciousness can you be? Energy, space, and consciousness can you be to be the gratitude you truly be? Okay, see you later. Bye.